Why do you do it?
Well, God asked me to. It's the main reason. So I went to church all my life, served as an altar server, did all those kinds of things. But it wasn't deep, it wasn't pressing. I really struggled how to deal with my emotions. I remember being bullied when I was in school. I didn't talk to my parents about this. Other people, I had friends who were Mormons, and I got to know them, and I was very impressed with their family life and their love for each other. I felt very attracted to the Mormon community. I was curious. They had something that I realized I wanted. They often encourage people to read the Book of Mormon, but I was afraid to ask for it. So what I did is kind of funny. I just decided to take one. So they were okay with it afterwards, but it was just kind of, yeah, I did. And I remember laying on my bed after praying about the Book of Mormon. I prayed about it very strongly. And I didn't feel anything at that moment. So I said, maybe I didn't pray hard enough. So I went down and prayed again. And then I laid on my bed, and I was sitting downstairs in my bedroom. And on the wall, there's like, I was in the basement, and there was condensation happening on the wall. And I looked at that, and I don't know what it was about looking at the condensation, but something about that just triggered something. And all of a sudden, I felt from the top of my head to the bottom of my toes an incredible feeling of absolute love. I knew God was real, and that He loved me. I'm pretty convinced that if I had not joined the Mormon community and stayed where I was, with the nominal faith life that I had, that I probably would have gotten into drugs and alcohol and sex and things like that. I would have been at least more susceptible to that. And I probably would have killed myself. That was that bad. And so it brought me into the Mormon faith. I became Mormon for 12 years of my life, and that was a good experience. I served a mission in South America when I was with the Mormon church. I was involved in a very serious relationship. They're very community-based. There wasn't just on Sundays, there would be different kinds of activities going on. But it was always afterwards, it was seeking that intensity of that spiritual high, that experience that I sought through almost the entirety of my 12 years of a Mormon. I had friends that I lived with that said, have you ever thought of being a priest? And that was kind of a moot question. I mean, I wasn't even Catholic. How could I become a priest? So I just let it go. I began to feel incredible emptiness in my life. It was very palatable. It was very strong. Even though I was part of a community, even though I felt very loved and accepted within that community, there's still something profoundly missing. And when I started bringing it to prayer, the answer I started getting back was that I should go back to the faith of my parents. That made no sense to me as a Mormon in my own understanding, but it was very persistent. It was very strong. It seemed like that whole time I was with the Mormon people, I was learning about Jesus Christ. I was in love with Him. I wanted to be with Him, but everything I was doing was keeping me from Him. And so I went to confession, and I came back to church. And when I received the Eucharist for the first time, I felt like I woke up. I realized that emptiness I was feeling was that lack of Christ within me. It really shattered my paradigm. I remember praying one night, when I'll be happy. So I was very unhappy with my job. And I remember very powerfully coming to me, you'll be happy when you're a priest. And I thought I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy enough, that I couldn't do it. I thought it was way beyond what I could do, what I thought a priest is. I began to respond to that call, even though I didn't think I could do it or that was for me, but it kept being there, so I just trusted that God knew what He was doing. And I had an opportunity to go to the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico City area. And when I was there, I prayed at the shrine. I said, Mother Mary, does your son want me to become a priest? And very strongly, I was affirmed that yes, he did. So I said, okay, I'll go to the seminary.
Wake on up from your slumber, baby, open up your eyes. Wake on up from your slumber, baby, open up your eyes.
It was a very surreal experience. When I knelt down and the bishop laid his hands on me, I just remembered I just felt like Christ was coming to me.
Please don't trade it in for
I remember talking to one of my seminarian friends about, I don't know if I can do this. I need to do this and get over this particular problem or struggle that I have. He looked at me and said, yeah, you could do that. You could leave the seminary and you could work on that. You never become a priest. Or you can just follow God and do what he wants you to do. I've never lived a life so impactful every day. Being an instrument in God's hands, a feather on his breath, pencil in his hands, is absolutely amazing. And ain't nothing like it.
Wake on up from your slumber, baby, open up your